No.
The rise of these protests and things like
We went to
that.
Frank.
Yeah, I saw some.
Yeah, and because of the snow and our sculptures were there. But it was mostly local people that did it. They didn't have the real high-end stuff because usually people from all over the world come there. But because the weather's been so different, they didn't come this year. But there was some pretty cool sculptures of ice and stuff. Different ones. And Frank, I don't know if you ever been there, but it's always fun. Yeah. Yeah. So, and it was still decorated for Christmas, so a lot of lights and everything. So we drove home, it was a bit snowy and slippery, but not too bad. Took a little longer than usual. Hi. What's the topic tonight? Loving one another. Okay, you can always ignore that. Hey, you. Always good to see you.
I did a break.
I just recently, because I'm certified English language. Yeah.
It's 4:03. I got this one a couple of months ago and I never figured out how to turn it off.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about it.
I pushed the one on the side, but it just brings up zero.
And I've got that young man principle, so I can take care of things.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
What? It's on, yeah. It's okay.
I'm going to be performing today.
Are you really?
I'm just taking one of the melons.
Are you the service lead?
Linda, can I accompany you? Okay. I would stay.
brought something really good last time. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a box like that. Whitman chocolate, 72 pieces.
Getting ready for the.
So fun. That would have been a cool mystery gift. Or that mystery gift.
The big thing is.
Hello, welcome everyone. So glad to see everyone on a snowy Sunday afternoon, and welcome to those on virtually watching as well. Thanks for joining us, and let's say anyone new, if you are new, extra special welcome to you. And at the fellowship, we recognize all encounters are holy. And we know that our time together is by divine appointment. And I truly feel that with all of you. And you get to stand if you're able, and let's sing one of our fellowship songs. Nope, we're not doing that. We're going to sing the song on the front of our song book that Corey, our wonderful Corey, actually created, Prayer of the Child of Love. Thank you, Corey and everyone. Oh, so beautiful. Okay, and before we do our opening meditation, just want to draw your attention, I think most of us know, to your the packet that was on your chair, and you've got the bulletin in there, and you've got an envelope for financial gift and this connection card. And if you have moved or anything has changed, if you could fill this out, this is a great way for us to get in touch with you and for different announcements. And then on the back of that card, that's my favorite part, is it's just writing down, listing people that you would like to be remembered in today's service. And then when John comes around later, just putting this in the basket. And so you can just send some extra prayers and to those on the list. And you virtually as well, put those names down. We'll include them in that basket. And now we're going to begin. Oh, and I wanted to add to our beginning meditation just a movement which I really enjoy. It's part of a Qigong movement, and it's called centering. So you can either sit and do this, or you can stand, totally up to you. And we're going to put our right hand right underneath your, about 2 inches below your low belly. And the palm will be up, other arm, left arm's coming up and around, big inhale. And then on the exhale, your thumb's going to come right down your center of your body. And then you replace your left palm up, and then we'll switch sides. So that right arm, big breath in, and exhale, we're connecting our mind, our heart, and our body. Here we go. Inhale, everything working in harmony. And exhaling, connecting body, mind, spirit. Inhale, maybe close your eyes or gaze downward. And just try to connect this breath, your breath with this movement. So see about slowing it down. Inhaling up and around. Exhaling right down your center. Envisioning the harmony. And your body, your mind, spiritual connection. Inhaling. And exhale. Let's do it one more time each side. Finishing up, and maybe placing you finish just having your hands right on your heart, or palms can be upward on your lap. And invite you to close your eyes or gaze downward. And just feeling your feet flat on the earth. Really think of rooting down all 4 corners of your feet into our dear Mother Earth, and feeling that support beneath you. Perhaps feeling the support if you're sitting on a chair, the support. Being up on the sit bones and being held. And we'll just take a deep breath in through the nose. And then maybe a big sigh out on that out breath. And let's do about 2 more breaths like that. Slow deep breath in. Slow deep breath out. And 1 more. Just letting your breathing cycle soften and lengthen naturally. And if you have your hand on the heart, and just noticing this heart center, this place of peace, this place of love within. It's connecting to this limitless presence within us. Just slowing down our system and really, really arriving whatever is yours to receive today from this fellowship service. Remembering, in order to give, we must receive. Let's be in full receiving mode together. Opening to the gifts and the awarenesses gleaned, knowing they will ripple out to the world through us. And here is a prayer from Mary Ann Williamson. It's called, "Today I See the Miracle in All Things." She says, "How often do I not notice the miracles all around me, or honor all the kindnesses shown me, or allow myself to fully embrace the good that's already in my life. Today I remember that every day is precious, and every heart carries within it the spirit of love, God. And every event contains the platform for a miracle. May I not be blind today to the awesomeness of life. Let's take a deeper breath in and out as we slowly come back to this sacred space. And we're going to stand when ready, if able, for our fellowship song. And that is "Forgiveness Offers Everything" on page 11. Oh, and right after the song, we'll remain standing for our namaste greeting. Greetings your way. I was looking for Linda. I guess she's at the piano. We haven't lost her. Yeah. Oh, and my honor to introduce our wonderful Linda Hagar. Yay! So glad you're here.
So Mary told me to play what I wanted to play, and it doesn't really go with the topic, but you know, Joni Mitchell Woodstock is what I've got here. Came upon a child of God. He was walking along the road, and I asked him, "Where are you going?" This he told me. I'm going on down to Yaz's farm, gonna join in a rock and roll band. I'm gonna camp out on the land. I'm gonna try and get my soul free. We are stardust, we are golden, and we've got to get ourselves back to Can I walk beside you? I have come here to lose the smoke, and I feel to be a cog in something turning. Well, maybe it's just the time of year, or maybe it's the time of love. I don't know who I am, but you know life is older. We are stardust, we are golden, and we've got to get ourselves back to the By the time we got to Woodstock, we were 500,000 strong, and everywhere there was song and celebration. And I dreamed I saw those bombers riding shotgun in the sky. They were turning into butterflies above our nation. We are stardust, billion-year-old carbon. We are golden, caught in the devil's bargain, and we've got to get ourselves back to the
is our time in our service for blessings of tithes and offerings. And we are taught in A Course in Miracles that giving and receiving are one in truth. So every one of us benefits, and our community as a whole, because of your generosity. And this truly keeps this wonderful spiritual community alive. So grateful for all of you and your donations. And please remember to put your, if you fill out your card and add the names that you would like for people to be remembered in our service today, and we can add them to our prayer list also afterwards. And John will come around and you can put your envelope or you can put your connection card in the basket. Thank you, John. Remembering all those listed in the basket and online as well, and too, and if you forgot somebody, they're in there, okay? Maybe we hold our hands up and just really feel this healing, the healing, love, and light. No angels, spirit guides, all enveloping everyone on the list and in our hearts. Feeling these loving hands of support. And a feeling of love and being held, going out to everyone on the list. Knowing that they are all divinely held. And we have one more, and we'll have one more fellowship song, and it's Love One Another on page 31.
We
the singers. Thank you, Corey. Oh my gosh, beautiful. All right. And, okay, I get to introduce our leader and our wonderful spiritual director. Always such a pleasure. Just so many wonderful things that our Reverend Mary Sabaj does, and we're just so grateful for Mary. Okay. And a big welcome to Mary.
Well, my talk today is entitled Loving One Another, and since we just sang that song, I think we've about covered it. No, I'll give it anyway. So, it's January 29th, the end of January, the first month of the year. And so we can look at that two ways, can't we? We can say to ourselves, gosh, it's already the end of January. I've heard people saying that. I think I've said it myself. Or we can say, you know, it's only the end of January. And there are 11 fresh, new months available for us to write our story this year in 2023. And we all know that if we continue to do the same things every day, day in and day out, by the end of the year, what will happen? Our lives will look exactly like they do today. You've probably seen that graph with the line in it, and it's about making small changes over a sustained period of time equals big change, and it's that make a little change and then it ends up being quite a big change at the end of the graph. So that's our choice. And even if we say to ourselves, well, my life is wonderful, just as it is, and I hope yours is, we know that there is always more expansion and more growth and greater joy that all of us can experience. We are the beings, the vessels through which divine love pours into this world. And one of the most powerful and impactful expressions of love we bring through our relationships. And our relationships equal our community. When we look back over our lives, we can see that they have been a long series of interwoven relationships. They are currently, and they will continue to be as long as we're on this planet. People come into our lives and they leave our lives, and sometimes a precious few stay in our lives. But each one of those precious beings of love brings with it a beautiful lesson. Lessons in letting go, lessons in overcoming fear, in practicing forgiveness, and helping us to identify our work. They bring us lessons about how we can open our hearts deeper and wider, and how we can remain curious, face change, and step into our courage. And finally, how we can take care of ourselves. And part of taking care of ourselves can be setting healthy boundaries, can't it? I saw this wonderful quote the other day that I just have to share with you. It said, "Our boundaries don't need to be angry electric fences that shock people when they touch it. Rather, it can be a consistent, glowing light around us that announces, I will be treated sacredly. Now, when we've been wounded and hurt and that wound is fresh, aren't we right on the telephone trying to figure out how we can get that electric fence installed? Put it in. And then sometimes we even say, come on, touch it. Just to get a little zap in ourselves. But I like the idea that we can eventually soften our hearts, turn down the wattage on the fence, and turn up the light that surrounds us and announces that really beautiful concept of I will be treated sacredly, just in calm love. So I want to talk a little bit about what would this next year, I want you to think about what would this end of the year look like if we consciously and intentionally worked at expanding our capacity to love one another and to deepen the quality of our relationships. Connecting on a deep relational level requires more and more intentionality these days. We've just been through, a period of pandemic that has been really scary. And as we become more comfortable coming together, I've heard all of us at one time or another say, everyone in this room, about it's so good to remember the joy of being together in person, to hear the music in person, to look into each other's eyes, and to be of service to each other here in this room. But I think if we're going to embark on this journey of deepening our relationships, we need to start with this. We are each worthy of deep, satisfying relationships. We must start there. And you are innately worthy. It's just a matter of us remembering that this is true. And in the process of remembering this and coming from that sense of worthiness, in order to grow our capacity to love one another and deepen our relationships, we have to remember we are interacting with another human whose spirit in a human suit. And it's our responsibility on our end of this giving and receiving to maintain this nice, healthy balance of giving and receiving. And it's not probably ever going to be static and equal, but there'll be this sort of undulating up and down of give and take, give and take. Now, when the scale tips too much in the direction of taking or receiving, we have to recognize that we're operating from lack. And when the scale tips too much in the direction of giving, we remember that we're denying our friends and loved ones the joy of giving, and that joy of being able to give and see the receiver grateful and happy for that gift. So how do we go about doing this over the next year if we choose to take up this journey? Well, I'll tell you what it's not. It's not through Facebook. I'm not saying Facebook is a bad thing. I keep contact with people that I haven't seen in years. I know what my kids are doing. There's all kinds of good things about it. But it is not a substitution for a real relationship. And what we are doing now, so many of us, is substituting these hundreds and sometimes thousands of Facebook friends for real relationships. Here's just an example. We mark the life milestones and special events and achievements and even the sadness and grief and challenges in our friends' lives with an emoji, a click, a heart, a piece of birthday cake. Oop, there you go. And I care about you emoji. A couple of weeks ago, I caught myself thinking, gosh, I really love this person so much. I care about them. I'm going to send them a text too, in addition to posting on Facebook. I mean, wow, that is not a real relationship. So here's the thing. We need to reach out and spend time with each other. Real time, face to face, whatever that needs to look like. So, my daughter's in California. I visit her whenever I can, but it may need to be FaceTime or Zoom. But if we're here together in Lansing or East Lansing or Okemos, we can reach out and spend time with each other. And this requires a generosity of spirit, because we are giving of ourselves. We are giving our time and our precious resources and our energy to another. I get a lot of pleasure and depth of relationship when I share a meal with my friends. So we can reach out and invite each other for a meal, for a coffee, for, I'll meet you at a coffee shop for a cup of tea if you're not a coffee drinker. And when we do that, even just the reaching out, even if they say, I'm sorry, I'm not available, we're telling that person, we're communicating with them, I value you. I want to spend time with you. I want to share my life with you. But how many times do we say, I'm guilty? We should get together. We should get together one of these days and have coffee. And we never do it. We don't. Here's something else that is amazing when we start spending more time with our friends and our families, even our families. At some point, all of the rehearsed stories, old stories that we communicate, that we think communicates who we are, all those old rehearsed stories begin to fall away. We've told them all. The surface stories are over. And so we begin then, at some point in this relationship, to share from the present moment. And we might even begin to recognize that some of these old stories that we've been communicating as who we are aren't who we are anymore. And they're not who we want to be. That's one of the ways that we can gain from deepening these relationships. And we can also recognize and really see the comfort that we bring to someone listening to their memories, listening to a treasured memory of someone in their past, the challenges that they're facing right now. Just being with them and listening. So this is a journey of becoming more comfortable with sharing from our hearts and listening from our hearts on deeper and deeper levels. I want to say a few things about our fellowship Sunday services. Just being in this room is a gift to every other person in this room, and virtually as well. We bring our energy, we bring our love. We give and receive our energy while we're here. I always consider our fellowship services, this room, a screen-free zone. Because we have our faces buried in screens, our devices, a lot of the day, every day. And here, they disappear, and we can engage with each other. For 1 hour a week, we can see each other in person. We can feel the energy of each other. And that's a precious thing. It's interesting to me over the time that I've been coming to fellowship, and especially since I've been spiritual director, I've noticed, I look around and notice what's going on when we do the greeting and the namaste, and when we stand in our peace circle together. And it's so interesting because the new people, especially if they're young, are a little freaked out about that, especially the peace circle. And I remember, I think I've told you before, when I first started coming to fellowship and I thought, oh no, what's going on? What is this? We're touching each other. But in our namaste, if you don't feel comfortable, there's nothing wrong with that. If you feel disconnected, there's nothing wrong with that either. Because just as in everything else, we need to understand and have felt disconnection in order to appreciate connection, right? There's no judgment. So when I hear someone say, gosh, I just don't like that, I don't want to do it, my advice to them is, we're not about forcing anyone to do anything here, but think of it this way. Number one, others love to do it. So in that moment, you are giving everyone else the gift of allowing them to exchange that love in that way. And maybe the time will come when you think to yourself, maybe I could look at this in a different way. If we just reached out to one person, grabbed onto one person, or grabbed onto the gaze of one person and greeted them eye to eye, that's progress, right? If you feel uncomfortable, it's about becoming comfortable with our journey of sharing from our hearts. And the peace circle, as I said, it can be uncomfortable for people at the beginning. It's probably my favorite part of the service now, after all these years, because I think about what it is that this symbolizes. We're hand to hand, enclosing the circle of community, a symbol of connection, interconnection with all beings on this planet. And that's just a lovely, lovely thing. So just something to think about when you're in the peace circle and we're singing. Where are your eyes? Can you look at others in the eye and smile and have your face up and open to the people in the peace circle? No judgment. No judgment at all. Just give it a try if it's difficult for you. So, in closing, I just want to encourage everyone to embark upon this journey with me. I intend to make this year about deepening relationships. I encourage you to reach out to your fellowship family here, to participate in the smaller activities that we offer, because that's an excellent opportunity to get just a little bit more familiar with another being. So let's create this practice this year and keep deepening our love for one another. We all make New Year's resolutions, but what could be a better resolution than to be the bringer of love into this world? Thank you. You want to grab it?
Oh, thank you, Mary. Seems like so long since we have sung this together. Page 35, our thoughts, our prayers. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers, take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness. Of peacefulness, and know that God is always there, and every thought becomes a prayer.
All right, Mary, you're amazing. Thank you. Are we grateful for her? Yes. Sorry, I have to remember what I'm doing. Okay, so this is some angsty Ruby poem that I put to music. Hope you like it. All day long I think about it, and at night I say it. Where did I come from? What am I supposed to be doing? I have no idea. My soul is from elsewhere. I'm sure that I intend to end up there. This drunkenness began in some other tavern. When I get back to that place, I'll be completely sober. Meanwhile, another bird from another continent, hanging out in this aviary. The day's coming when I fly off, but who is it now I wanna be? Who hears my voice? Who says these words from my mouth?
and it is for a Valentine's celebration fundraiser. And that will be on February 11th at 5 o'clock at the Fellowship Office on that's 600 West Maple. And it's going to be a potluck lasagna and spaghetti. Wow, that doesn't get a whole lot better, right? Oh my goodness. And there's going to be a raffle for 3 specially created mystery gift bags. A treat for yourself or for another. And a side note, if Mary is creating this, you know it's going to be a really cool gift. So that should be really fun. So put that down if you, February 11th, 5 o'clock at the Fellowship Office. And a big thank you to everyone here. Corey, of course, our own Corey. And Linda just went in the bathroom. We have to yell real loud or applaud. And Mary, of course, that message. Oh my gosh, what a wonderful, just a beautiful gift to deepen your relationship. What a thought for the year. Wow, that's just fabulous. Did you hear that applause? Okay, we'll have to do it again. One more time. And Samantha, thank you so much for all you do. Helps us, and Richard, I mean, so much, so many people, so many hands. So.
And Corey.
And Corey. Yep, I got Corey first. Yes, but thank you. Okay, so. And And all of you here today and watching online, so all of you guys, really does. It's so cool when you can be here and see everyone, like Mary was saying. And then today is the potluck. So if you can stay, I can smell it, but there's some really good stuff going on there in the back. So please do stay. And we are going to form our peace circle, right? And yeah, words are on the back.
Let this be the moment.